Darren, and that first flight arrived here at Bradley International Airport from Las Vegas about 2.5 hours ago. And I have to tell you, it was hard not to get emotional. We want to get you started right now on some breaking news out of Guilford. Emergency crews are on scene tonight of a small plane crash. We now know there were 4 employees inside the building at the time of the explosion. Fortunately, they were in the part of the building that's closest to the street, the explosion happening towards the back. People around here say this is a very busy and dangerous intersection. They say cars come flying down the street at very high speeds. They've been running these events since late 2014, and so far they've taken pictures of more than 1,000 images. And new tonight, a teenager with ties to Griswold is dead after a crash in Rhode Island. Police say 18-year-old Curtis Prosser was hit by a car last night while walking in Warwick. He used to live in Griswold. And a long day for the 4 men and 4 women taking part in this hunger strike. Now, this is home base for them. You can see this tree here has seen better days. All the snow, sleet, and rain here in Wallingford, making for what seems to be kind of a big pile of ice. I went to a game in Colorado where they had dog days. It makes for some fun moments up on the big screen.
I can imagine.
Have you ever been to one?
And in the aisles with the dogs walking around.
Oh, that's a lot of fun too. Watch your step. Police believe that these vandals targeted these cars sometime in the overnight hours. And the president versus the players, round 2. The NFL putting on a strong show today in response to President Trump's controversial comments about national anthem protests. So the big idea here is these kids can do the same things that kids without asthma do. In fact, some of them can even do it better. Look at that guy go. Their explanation, they say, we catch bad guys, not snakes. No, thank you. And right now I'm going to send it over to Eric Dobratz. He has your highlights in sports, and he killed a spider for me earlier today.
News 8's Jacquie Slater called detox programs to see if they were letting people in. And Jackie, what'd you find out?
And doctors, addicts, they all say long-term treatment is needed to make a full recovery, but often a shorter detox program is required before being accepted into one of those. Now, for many addicts, calling around to find a program is an everyday task that many times ends with false hopes. Heroin, a highly addictive opioid that physically alters the brain with repeated use. For addicts like R.J. Sember, it's a long road to recovery.
I know people who are alcoholics or cocaine addicts and who are opiate addicts. And unfortunately, the statistics are against the opiate addicts.
At Yale New Haven Hospital, doctors say opioid overdoses are on the rise.
Or the things that you would see that would make you kind of clearly all of a sudden go, this is an overdose, are if patients have stopped breathing, if they're breathing very, very slowly, if they're not responsive.
In many cases, the ER is the first place an addict goes for treatment. A typical ER visit for an overdose, just 2 hours. After that, doctors say getting into a detox program is key to getting clean.
We do sometimes have people that come in and say, look, I've hit the wall, and I want treatment. Can you please help me access treatment? And that's something that we are very happy to do.
But addicts say getting into a detox facility can be difficult. This morning we called 8 facilities that offer 4 to 5 day detox programs.
Hi Mary, my name is Jackie. I'm wondering if you had any beds available for the 5-day detox program. You do not. Do you have a wait list?
Beds were available in Hartford, Bridgeport, New Haven, and New London. Facilities in North Stonington, Danbury, and Middletown were all full. At Yale, specially trained staff is on hand 24/7 to help find those beds. Doctors say patients who don't get the help will most likely be back.
It's difficult because kind of the natural course of this disease without accessing treatment is not good.
And most of those detox facilities do not offer wait lists. They're strictly first come, first serve. All that we talked to were very clear in saying if someone wanted those available beds, they'd have to move fast because they'd most likely be full by the end of the day. And July 24th, 2016, a house fire on Blatchley Avenue. Battalion Chief Mark Vendetto is the acting deputy chief on the call.
We had heavy heat conditions. We were unable to get to the seat of this fire. We were unable to get control of it.
Vendetto says he was on the 3rd floor and radios down to check on conditions outside. That's when this happens. Firefighter conversations interrupted by Deputy Director of Emergency Management, Rick Fontana. The acting chief can be heard telling him to stop disrupting transmissions.
What was going through my head this time, I can't believe I'm doing this. I got to hustle down. I'm in a hostile environment, can't see, and I got to run down the back stairwell when I need to make this decision because Rick wants to play fire chief.
This is one of several incidents firefighters say prove the city needs to rein Fontana in. This photo shows Fontana working on a fire line. In August, the firefighters union filed a complaint with the city saying Fontana is overstepping his authority.
Rick Fontana has been endangering not only the public in New Haven, but also Orange and West Haven by responding lights and sirens through those districts to fire calls where he has no emergency role. He's self-dispatching.
Now, 2 more complaints filed against Fontana, one with OSHA, one with the State Labor Board. Union President Frank Ritchie says with no disciplinary action being taken by the city to stop Fontana's behavior, going to the state level was necessary.
As of right now, the union's only asking for a safety stand down. Let's pause, stop Rick Fontana from endangering firefighters, and let the Labor Board hear the charge. Instead, the city is fighting tooth and nail.